What's up, guys? So I actually have a pretty nuts build here, at least like the backbone to a build. I'm sure it could get fleshed out some more, as this is sort of just my initial build here. But on the Stormcaller Warlock, you can actually run the electrostatic mind aspect, and this will let you build into being amplified. And why do you want to be amplified? That's because it buffs your speed and your weapon handling. So if you're an aggressive shotgun player, you definitely can benefit from being amplified, or just an aggressive player in general who likes to revolve around movement and sort of playing fast. So the way you do this is with the electrostatic mind aspect. You can see that defeating targets with arc abilities creates an ionic trace. Now, the reason you need this is because the second part is collecting an ionic trace makes you amplified. So this also pairs well with arc weapon final blows have a chance to create an ionic trace. Now, essentially every time you grab one of these ionic traces, you become amplified, and it will sort of just, and if you're using an arc weapon, you can actually spam this pretty heavily. Also, if you get any, I believe it's double kills or multi kills with arc, you will also become amplified. So between all three of those things, you will constantly be getting your ionic traces. You will constantly be getting your abilities back as well, because that's what the ionic traces do. And when you have your abilities, if you get kills with them, you will make another trace. So you can sort of chain it like that. Now, it doesn't have like 100% uptime, don't get me wrong. You definitely won't just be amplified the entire match, but so far as a warlock build goes, I think this is probably the best way to do it. Another thing you can run is you can run the new exotic fusion rifle, the Delicate Tomb. I don't know if I'm missing something with this, but I did try using it just a little bit. I don't have the catalyst yet or anything, obviously, but it does seem like it's kind of weak. I was actually struggling to kill people who were AFK. So doesn't seem like the best fusion so far, but it does guarantee you an ionic trace. So if you are able to get kills with this, it will make a trace guaranteed. So maybe once the catalyst comes out, or if you're just like a lot better with fusions than I am, you can definitely use this, and just at that point you would be spamming traces, because you would get one every time you got a fusion kill, and then you would become amplified and you just start zooming. So anyway, that's sort of like the build here. I'm also just going to talk about the class in general. I think you should run Storm Trance. The super is actually nuts. I was planning on running Chaos Reach, but I didn't know that it was going to combine both of the old top tree and bottom tree Storm Trances into one. Basically, you get Landfall and Blink, so you can pop in Landfall, it will kill people in a well, it'll pop a bubble, things like that. Super strong. Honestly, Landfall itself is almost good enough to be a super on its own, and then you get to run Storm Trance with Blink. This does take some practice. I think it's one of the harder supers to use, so definitely get some reps in with it, but I definitely think this is a little bit better than Chaos Reach. As far as the Rift and Jump go, they're all the same as before. The melees, I really like the Chain Lightning melee, because you can, especially if you're a shotgun player, I think these arc classes really lend themselves to shotgunning, or at least aggressive play, but I'm going to be talking about shotgunning a lot, because at least in my experience with Chain Lightning, like the old one, you can melee people, and when it chains, it will help you find other enemies. So I don't know about you guys, but I know when I shotgun someone and if I melee them and there's other people around me, sometimes it's kind of hard to figure out where they are right away, and you only have like a split second. So when the lightning chains to them, it'll actually help you find them if you just look where it goes. So you can sort of snap to people if you see the lightning. Also, it will weaken them, and since shotguns aren't the most consistent right now, weakening them will help you get that one shot. So definitely very good overall. Also, you can run the Ball Lightning. This is the old Chaos Reach melee. It's really good for hitting people over cover and like over Titan barricades, things like that. It is pretty good. I think I like Chain Lightning better, because even if you are amplified, which we will be with this build a lot of times, this doesn't one-shot or anything, but it does get you pretty low. So if you hit somebody once, it looks like you can kill them with the Ball Lightning, but honestly, I still think Chain Lightning is a little bit better. Also, the other aspect I really like is Lightning Surge. Now, this might be my favorite part of the class. While sliding, you will melee, and it will blink you forward, have a lightning bolt, and a jolt. So basically, you will blink, and lightning will strike. It's kind of crazy looking. It does pretty good damage. It'll sort of chain around too since it jolts. So if there's 2 or 3 people, you can pretty much kill all of them just by pressing your melee here. It will sort of chain and just get multi kills. I've gotten several double kills. I think I even got a triple kill with it just playing around with it this morning. So yeah, very strong. This is my favorite part of the class. There's a lot of potential to outplay people with this. You can use it for movement. You can use it to get behind cover if you're low. You can use it just for straight up kills, for chip damage. It's very good with a shotgun. You can slide at someone, shotgun, and then press this, and it will sort of just map people. Like it's kind of like the hunter uppercut. So yeah, very similar there. I think it's very strong, super fun. Definitely what I'm gonna be running. Arc Souls are also good. You can run Arc Souls as well. I just don't really like running them. I think they're kind of boring. I don't like playing against them and I don't like using them. So I haven't been running them, but they are good. And while you're amplified, so if you want to run that instead of this melee, like maybe you don't see yourself getting a lot of value out of the Lightning Surge, you could run Arc Souls. And when you're amplified, which we will be, you get like the Juicer Arc Soul from the Getaway Artist, I think it is. So yeah, definitely a good option here. Not my preference, but it's honestly still pretty good. So you can't really go wrong with the Arc Souls if you want to do that as well. So overall, that's my Stormcaller build. I will definitely be maining this class. I think it's the most fun for me. I don't know if it's the strongest. The Titan is pretty strong. I think Void Titan and Void Hunter are definitely stronger than this as a whole, but this is definitely more fun for me, and I do think it has its place for sure. So I will be maining this. I am a Stormcaller main in general. I've always run the top tree Stormcaller in the past. That was my main class, so I will probably be sticking with that this season. So I'm definitely glad that they reworked it in a fun way. But anyway, that's all I really have for my initial build here. Like I said, I'll definitely be adding on to this. I'm sure as we play more, we'll find out more cool things that we can do with it. But anyway, I appreciate the support and I'll see you guys next time.